Champions are not born, they're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Oladipo, brought to you by Undisputed.
Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. I say good morning because it's just gone 2 o'clock in the morning here in Saudi Arabia. I've literally just got back from the venue. Wow. Where do we start? I am going to do a proper breakdown of everything we saw today once I get back to London, but I needed to come on and record a video and try and give my raw emotions of what I just witnessed. That kid is special. That kid is very, very special. He has great foot speed. He has great hand speed. He clearly has great punch power. And no one's gone beyond 2 rounds in his last, 8-9 fights. He's very big and strong at the weight now. But when he came through, I remember looking at him thinking, he might be a bit undersized for a heavyweight. He's grown 2 or 3 inches and he's packed on about 20 pounds. He is now a force in the heavyweight division. Now, there will be some that say, Ade, calm down, right? Dillian White was clearly done. And we'll get to whether or not Dillian White is done. So there are going to be some that say, look, okay, what's Dillian White done in the last couple of years? And these things are true. And I spoke about those things as well. But I don't want to change what the narrative was or what the narrative has been in the last couple of days. With everyone seeing the way Dillian White looked and the way Dillian White was speaking, I think a lot of people are like, well, 1 second, something might happen here. Let's remember that, because something did happen. Moses Itauma was just a steam train. Honestly, this guy, for 20 years of age, 20. Remember, all these heavyweights that you're seeing right now that are in their peak, are in their mid to late 30s, and most of them became world level operators in their mid to late 20s. He's doing it as a baby. This guy is 20 years and 7 months. And, you know, I've been like around Andy Lee for the last couple of days, and it's been so good being around Andy, because Andy has told me stories of watching Moses spar Joseph Parker. And even Andy's been waxing lyrical about him. And he doesn't have to, right? This is off camera. This isn't on camera. These are private conversations. And he's like, this dude is good. Because there's been a lot of talk about if this was to go and turn into a dogfight, maybe Dillian White would have the advantage. And I think I said this as well, to be fair. And Andy kind of shut that down straight away, said, no. Like, I've seen this guy in a dogfight. So maybe he's talking about the spars with Joseph Parker. But I'm just so excited about what this kid can be in the next 2 or 3 years. I am. I like the way the Americans are talking about him, because it's so hard for Brits to kind of get the thumbs up from American fight fans, American fighters. And just going on Twitter on my way back to the hotel, and there's a couple of accounts that I follow, and they are all getting excited about him. Bread man, you guys know Bread, right? Stephen Edwards. Hope I got that name right. Is it Stephen Edwards? I think it is. If I haven't got that right, my apologies. But you guys know who Bread is, right? He said something along the lines of, like, he was comparing him to a young Muhammad Ali. I was like, okay, see, this is what we're talking about here, people. Like, this isn't a joke, you know. Honestly, you can see some of the stuff he does, the feints. You can see the way in which he jumps into position. You can see the way in which he sets up his body shots and then goes up top so quickly. It's problem. Honestly, problem. In my head, I was thinking, as I was trying to ask the questions, so I'm asking who next? And I'm also thinking of who next as well. Like, not Usyk, right? Let's not do that, because Usyk's just godly. But I would confidently put him in with anybody else. Anybody else. I love them all. Caballero I'd put him in with. I'm not joking. Just because of the speed. Speed kills. And although these guys weigh the same as him, Caballero weighs the same as him, he's just so much faster. So much faster, so much fresher. So I'd put him with Caballero. I've changed my mind. I'd put him in with Bacoli. I've changed my mind. You guys know how much I like Bacoli. I'd put him with Joseph Parker. Who else are the top dogs? I don't know what AJ is going to do, so let's kind of park AJ for a second. Fury has retired. Who did Hergovic? He would light up Hergovic. Light him up. Telling you, speed kills. And it's not just speed, it's punch power as well, it's accuracy, it's temperament. Like, this is his first headline pay-per-view event. He should be a little nervous. Did you see any nerves? Didn't see any. Honestly, didn't see anything. Like, you better get him now. You better get him now before he develops into something crazy and then it's just too late. But yeah, look, very excited for him. As for Dillian White, obviously, look, I didn't get the chance to interview him in the ring. I think he was upset with the stoppage, but he'll watch it back. I mean, and he'll realize it was the correct stoppage. He was badly hurt. And I guess it's just sort of pride to an extent and some ego there that's making him think like, no, I still had something left in me. He got himself into, what Dillian White, and I saw someone saying something online that he might be injured, but let's not do that, right? Because no fighter goes into that ring 100%, no fighter. But what Dillian White, the reason this will be difficult for Dillian White, and it kind of reminds me of Usyk AJ, slightly different, but I remember thinking when AJ fought Usyk the second time round and AJ kind of got really upset after the fight, it's almost because AJ thought, I've done every single thing I can, I've ticked every single box, and I still couldn't beat you. I think Dillian White would be upset because, as you saw physically, that's the best Dillian White I've seen maybe ever, physically, especially at 37. So he's probably thinking, I did everything. Like, I went to sleep when they told me to go to sleep. I did all my runs, I did all my weightlifting. The numbers in sparring were fantastic. I did the 10 rounds, I did the 12 rounds, I did back-to-back opponents. He's probably thinking, I did absolutely everything that was asked of me, and I got blown out of there in 2 minutes. That's difficult to take. I don't care who you are, that's difficult to take. So that's probably why Dillian White was upset. I was gonna ask him about retirement. It's always a difficult question, but if a fighter of that caliber or that experience or someone that's done what Dillian's done gets stopped in a round, you got to ask that question, but I didn't get to. So it'll be interesting to see what Dillian White says. I don't know if he's done any interviews at the time of recording this. If he's going to do an interview, it's probably going to be with Coogan because those two have a long-standing relationship, but ultimately he's in there with, he'll look back and say, look, I fought Moses Itauma. That's me being serious. Moses will do that to a lot of people. Especially in the first couple of rounds where he'll catch a cold. He'll catch a cold because he's, I just think he's special. And I hope he is. Like, I've been burnt over the years by getting excited about fighters who I think, oh my God, and then, they have a good career, but they don't turn out to be what you want to be. If he can keep his feet on the ground, like, I made a beeline for his dad after and just said, look, congratulations. And I was like, and what I meant by that was like, just how do you kind of control this? Because this almost needs to be controlled a bit because his head's going to swell, and rightly so. Head's going to swell, and rightly so. So hopefully, some of the outside eyes and noises can be kept away. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but hopefully they can be. Hopefully it's good people around him and a good team around him that can just like, look, dude, you can do something beyond the norm here. But let's see, because we need it as well, guys. We need it. Like Fury and AJ, done. We've only got maybe one fight each, 2 fights each left max. We need someone, and there are others. I don't want to be disrespectful to Fabio Wardley, and Daniel Dubois will come back. And there are loads of good heavyweights in the UK at the moment. But this is something different. And we need someone to carry that torch. And here we are. The name is Moses Itauma. Very quickly, again, I'll do a proper video of the rest of the undercard. But very quickly, Nick Ball, Sam Goodman. I know close rounds close rounds will automatically go to someone, right? So you can have a 12-round fight and it can be very, very close, but ultimately someone can win all those 12 rounds. But I think 108, what was it? I can't remember what the scores now. I'm very, very tired. Was it 118? Something 118, 110, 117, 111. I think that's wrong. I think Sam Goodman did a lot better than that. And if it is like that, if it's close rounds, so why do they always go to the champion? Do you know what I mean? If you want to use that kind of default argument that, yeah, but if it's a close round, someone has to win and someone has to lose. Why do all those rounds go to Nick Ball? I thought Nick Ball won, but I was more leaning to the 115, 113, maybe 116, 112. I think anything beyond 116, 112 isn't a true reflection of that fight. David Adeleye, my brother, you had a go. I think you could have done more. I really do. I think once we saw that cut in round 2 from Hergovic, and it was an awful one. Credit to Abel Sanchez, who was able to somehow sort of get Hergovic through it. But I thought there was a chance there. But Hergovic's chin, yeah? I mean, that needs to be spoken about. Because I've seen Zhang crack him. I've seen Dubois crack him. I've seen Joyce crack him. And now I've seen Adeleye land at least 20 piece of right hands and left hooks. And that motherfucker ain't stumbling. I mean, he's just barely doing that. And I'm like, huh? I mean, look at the names of the people I've just said cracked him. This guy can take a punch, man. But that round 8 was just sensational. Adeleye goes down, and he's got that, you know what I mean? That's not, you've either got that or you haven't got that. That's not a gym thing. You've either got that, where it's like, okay, this is too hard, fuck it. Or you're like, fuck that. If we're going out, we're going out. And the way he started to unleash, and I thought, oh my God, this could be the turnaround of all turnarounds. But ultimately, because he wasn't able to put Hergovic away in that round 8, the gas tank ran empty, and that was that. But I think he did well to go the full distance. And see the idea of learning from that type of fight? Yes, you can learn from it, but he took a lot of punishment in that fight as well. Took a lot of right hands. So it's a long break. And I mean, there are so many heavyweight fights out there for him. So I think he's done himself proud, and he'll be in a big fight once he comes back. Ray Ford got the victory over Abraham Nova. Nova maybe just ran out of gas. Ray Ford, Eddie keeps telling me he's special. He's good. He's not special. He's a good fighter. He's not a special fighter. Special is Shakur Stevenson. Do you know what I mean? That level. He's not that. Eddie keeps saying he's from that mold, and he's not. He's not. He's a very good fighter. And look, they'll want to do a world title fight next for him. And I mean, there's Sugar Nunes, there's Navarrete, there's Oshaki Foster. Maybe do the Kakachu fight. But he's not a special fighter. He's a very good fighter, but not a special fighter. Anyway, look, guys, girls, it's late. It's now 2:15 in the morning. My cab to the airport is going to be at 5, so I'm just going to start packing, maybe see if I can get an hour kit, put this video up, and I'll see you guys once I get back to my setup tomorrow. It'll be a very quick video tomorrow because I fly to Mykonos with the missus on Monday for a very needed break, and then we'll be back firing a week after that. Peace.
Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Adeola Depot, brought to you by Undisputed.